Hey, Conversations with Pastor. Hello, everybody. You guys know me. This is Shedrick. Well, I got to tell the story about that. This is Shedrick Epps. Cedric is one of my best friends, and he is here with us tonight to have a conversation with me. Now, Cedric, your name is spelled Shedrick, right? So when I first met Cedric, I was confused. I heard his name was Cedric, but I looked at his name on some stuff we have at the church, and it was SH. So I started calling you Shedrick, and I've called him Shedrick for forever now, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to call him Shedrick tonight. We just got this agreement. It's Shedrick, right?
Right.
Also known as Poncho, because Poncho is your CB handle.
Right.
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 All right. So Shedrick and his wife Dana go to church with us, and all the family is here with us. So tell us your family name, but your family, your wife's name, your children's name, where you at with all that.
All right. Everybody know me.
Yeah.
So my wife's name's Dana, which I love so much, and we got a son named Hank, and Autumn, Daphne, and Isabella.
All right, it's a big family.
Yep.
Big family. Now, one of the things that I love about Shedrick is Shedrick and Dana sit right behind me and Sherelle, right up there, second row. We sit on the front. They're right behind us on the second row. And Shedrick sings every Sunday and does a good job. You're doing a real good job.
Thanks.
You're doing a good job. It is good singing. You're doing a great job. So, and when you're not there, I miss you, and I've been missing you.
Oh, I've been missing y'all.
One of the other things that is going on, our family has a trucking business, and Shedrick is one of our truck drivers. He drives LTD 20. And does a fantastic job.
Oh, quit.
Yeah, you are. He's a good truck driver. We got a lot of great truck drivers, a lot of great guys that work with us, and I really enjoy working with you. I enjoy being in church with you. I enjoy our relationship.
Oh, me too. I love it. I love it.
Well, thanks.
I love it. You know, being as friends as we are, and then you becoming my boss, I just figured it brought us closer to each other.
I do too.
So I enjoy it.
I do too.
I'll go ahead and let you know.
Well, I do too, and I think it's really cool. And we have this relationship with a lot of the people we work with and go to church with. It's, we're friends. Mm-hmm. We go to church together. We hold each other accountable, and we work together. It's really, really awesome. So I'm glad we have it. Thank you for saying that. I really love you.
I love you, man.
I love you a lot. All right, so we've got some questions for you.
All right.
We're going to have this conversation, right?
All right, let's go.
Here's the deal. So the first question is, tell us what you've been doing. Oh, I forgot something. We got to stop. If you have questions for Shedrick, all right, you can put. Yes, send them in. I want to hear what they are. Especially, I know some of you who are watching. All right. So if you have a question for Shedrick, put it in the comments on the news feed here. Matthew is up in the booth, and he's going to give us some questions in a few moments. Any questions you want to ask Shedrick, Matthew's viewing them. We're going to ask in a moment. But the first question I have for you, tell us what your family's been doing during the quarantine.
Well, we've been doing stuff that, we don't supposed to be doing. We're gathering, having barbecues and watching TV and, just still doing the family thing.
Right.
So I enjoy it.
Oh, good.
I enjoy it.
Now, you're working.
Yes.
You're driving nearly every day, right?
Every day, yep.
And then what about Dana?
She's working every day.
And then tell us what Dana does.
She is a pharmacy tech. She works in Hoover at a place called, Eagle Pharmacy. That's it. Eagle Pharmacy. Okay. And they make drugs, like compound drugs, make drugs and stuff.
Like legal drugs?
Yes, legal drugs. I tried to get them to do illegal drugs,
no, you
but they
didn't.
wouldn't.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. All right, so I just coming off of that, there's something that happened. It was Thanksgiving or Christmas when you made the turkey. Christmas. Okay, it was Christmas. You deep fried turkeys for them, and that's kind of an annual thing you do.
It was Thanksgiving. My bad.
Thanksgiving. Okay,
yeah.
But that's something you do regularly for them,
right,
at her work, right?
Right.
So I asked, I knew that you were doing it, right? And I asked, okay, bring me a piece of turkey. I wanted like a piece of breast or something. The joker deep fried me a whole turkey and brought it to the house. I didn't want that. I just wanted a piece of I wanted you to bring me a leftover, like a plate.
I ain't bringing no leftover, man.
I just wanted a piece. I didn't want the whole turkey.
Okay,
Thank you.
I know next time.
And if you want a deep fried turkey, this is the man to make you a deep. I just put that out.
Yeah,
there.
you did.
$100 per deep fried turkey. $100, yeah, as you. Well, now the church is going to be bombarding you. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Give me something to do.
All right.
when I got time.
No, you don't have much of that, I'm sure.
I know it. I don't.
All right, so the next question I have for you is, what is your favorite candy? All right, and why? And tell me a story connected to that candy.
Favorite candy is a payday.
Payday, really?
Yes.
I didn't think you.
Yes, I love a payday.
Is it the peanuts?
The peanuts and the caramel.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And when I was over the road, that was my breakfast.
I got you.
Believe it or not.
Really?
King size payday and a Pepsi.
Okay.
But this father, became a diabetic and everything.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
that was it.
Okay. Is there any specific story, like from your childhood, or something tied to a payday that makes it your favorite, or is it just something you picked up one day?
Just something I picked up one day. I just wanted to try it.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, it's great. So just.
That's cool.
Yep.
Give me another one. Like, so payday's number one. Give me
Payday's
your top
number
three.
one.
Give me your top three.
A Three Musketeer
Okay.
and a Reese's cup.
Okay.
Yeah. Me and my wife, we'd sit down and just go through a bag of Reese's cup before
Okay.
we know it.
When I had the conversation with Matthew, his was Reese's cup. When I talked to Sherelle, hers was Reese's cup. And it seems like everybody I like Reese's cup. I mean, my favorite candy is a Snickers. I like a Snickers bar. So that's pretty cool.
You get the attitude.
Oh, yeah, I get hangry.
When you get home.
I get Betty White hangry. Yes, sir. I definitely do. All right, so I enjoy you being at church with us and being a part of our family and all that's going on. Tell me a story, your story about your journey with Jesus. Where you met him, how that is. Everybody's on the journey and we're all kind of growing, right? But just in maybe a God moment in all of that for you.
Well, I was a kid, growing up, as all kids, we always go to church and stuff with our parents and stuff. And I joined church at a young age. And that day, I knew it was the day because I woke up and I was in a good mood. Me in a good mood is like every day, but it was just something about that day.
Yeah.
And it was at a revival. And
What church was it? Do you remember?
it was Star Bethlehem.
Okay.
CME Church in Havana.
Havana, really?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep. And I think I made my mom nervous because all the other kids that was on with us, I was the last one.
Oh,
Just
okay.
about the last one. And she was like, she thought it wasn't going to happen.
I see.
But that day, it was a Thursday.
Okay.
That day, like I said, I woke up and it I felt different. And I knew at the time what it was. And so we went to church that night, and of course, I joined the church, and it was great. It was just that feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. That something had really changed.
Yes.
Yeah, that you had
Yes.
really dedicated yourself to the Lord.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
pretty cool.
Yep.
Now, as you've journeyed along and you've grown and everything, give me, like, in the last, the last 6 months or so, has there been any God moment in your faith walk, in your journey with Christ and learning and growing in Him? Has there been anything that stuck out to you? Not necessarily here at church or at work or anything. Just, all right, Shedrick had this moment with the Lord where something happened, and no specifics, and you don't have to be specific, but that just where God moved, and it was just a God moment in your life.
It was, which you feel it like every day, but when it stuck out is, how everybody, especially in this time of what we're going through now.
Yeah.
And it was just, we was all worried about bills and all that kind of stuff, and all of a sudden, it was just like everything was fell into place.
Oh, wow.
Just fell into place.
Yeah.
So, that's it. You know that feeling when you get it.
Yeah,
And
I do.
that's what it was. I knew that's the only person it could have been.
Right. That's great. Yeah, the Lord moved specifically
Yes.
in that one spot.
Yes, a
And
provider.
And gave you the assurance that He is there, He is in control, and He's providing for you and your family.
Right.
And that's pretty awesome. We're having conversations with Pastor. This is Shedrick Epps. And if you have a question you want to ask him, put it in the comments, and Matthew is looking over those. Oh my gosh, there's a lot. Matthew's looking over those, and we're going to go to them in just a moment. You know, one of the other things that I think is really interesting about you, that I really love, is your outgoing personality. I mean, I'm constantly talking to you, you know, with whether it's at church or with work or with something like that, and you got this electric personality, electric laugh. Where did that come from?
I just grew into it, I guess.
Really?
Yes, because I'm the type of person to where if I can't make you laugh, something's wrong.
I got you.
And so I had to, you know, stick up to, you know, just hold up to it.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's something you've always done?
That's something I always done.
Even from a little boy?
Even from a little boy.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have a beautiful daughter. And tell us her name again.
Isabella.
Isabella's my
right.
Now, and if you see Isabella and you see Shedrick, beautiful girl, beautiful girl. I guess you're beautiful too then.
Thanks.
Pastor Matthew, you have any questions you want to ask Shedrick?
Yeah, we got one here, Cedrics. Kim Worley wants to know, as tall as you are, have you ever played on a basketball team?
No, I never played basketball.
Really?
No, never played basketball. I'm the type of person to where I play football, but, you know, I let my grades slip. So I was doing basketball season. That's when I worked back on my grades to put them back up.
I got you.
So I never did play no high school basketball.
What position did you play in football?
Tight end.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. And were you on the team for how many years?
Ooh. I think I started in the 10th grade.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you played 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's good. Did you have this great football moment where you're okay? You know.
Nah, not really.
Okay.
Not really.
All right. All right. Well, did you play any other sports?
No.
No, just
well, I played baseball when I was a kid.
Okay.
But that was about it.
All
I
right.
wasn't that good, but you know, I still played.
Really?
Yeah. My dad was a coach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you got the dad favors
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
You were the pitcher.
No.
You were the pitcher and the
no.
shortstop.
No, I was in the outfield.
Oh. I understand. I played too, but I wasn't that good. Now, my boys were good, but not me. Let's see. Matthew, you got another question?
Yeah, Jonathan Hudson wants to know,
oh, Lord.
why aren't you wearing a Dale Jr. shirt?
Well, you know, my man retired, so, you know, I had to keep up with it.
Yeah.
Bad as I hate it.
Well, you know, I was wanting to save the NASCAR conversation to later, but since Jonathan put that in there, we're going to talk about NASCAR, okay? Because you're a huge NASCAR fan.
I'm a huge NASCAR
Okay,
fan.
I am a huge NASCAR fan. I mean, how can you be a huge NASCAR fan now when it's not like it used to be? But that's not the question. I'm just saying that is a general statement.
Right.
All right, so who is your favorite driver?
Right now is Chase Elliott.
Okay, what you're wearing the Napa hat.
Yeah.
And what do you think about all the other drivers? Okay, Kyle Busch. What's your opinion about Kyle Busch?
Kyle Busch. People don't like Kyle Busch, but he is a great driver.
He's a wheel man.
I'm talking a
joker
great
to
driver.
Yes.
Because what nobody say how bad people hate him.
Yeah.
He is a great driver.
Do you think that he is a Dale Earnhardt? If Dale Earnhardt was in his prime, in his early years right now, would he be like Kyle Busch? Do you think Kyle Busch and Dale Earnhardt are a lot alike, just different generations? Driving style?
Driving style, yeah, but, you know, he got his girly attitude.
Oh, yeah.
To where, you know, but
A little more like Jeff Gordon.
yes. But
listen, I know I can talk. I know. Yeah, go ahead.
But you know, he like I said, he's a great driver. People don't like him.
Yeah.
And I think is he? No, I don't think he still won't hold a chance.
Man, so you were an Earnhardt fan before
Yes.
Earnhardt passed. So was
Yes.
I. My grandpa was an Earnhardt fan, and so I did everything my grandpa did. So I became an Earnhardt fan. Watched Earnhardt all the way through the 80s and the 90s and all the good times right through there. And then my dad was a Davey Allison fan, then a Dale Jarrett fan, then who was the other guy that drove the Haviland car? Everybody who drove the Haviland car, Dad was a fan of. Dadgum, he talked about him the other day. Anyway, Davey Allison, Dale Jarrett. My uncle was a Mark Martin fan, and That was it. I think everybody else was. Teddy and them, my other uncle, they were all Alabama game fans. So we had this big rivalry going on. Your friends, y'all got the rivalry going on?
No, me and my friends, we all got the
same driver.
The same driver.
Oh, that ain't no
Yes.
fun.
Yes, it is, man.
Why is
yes, yes.
So what tracks have you been to? I know you've been to Talladega.
I've been to that's the only track I've been to.
Okay.
But as far as going to other tracks, I wouldn't mind going to Bristol.
I want to go to Bristol. We need to go to Bristol.
I know.
Let's
go
go.
to Bristol.
Let's
when all this other stuff over with, let's go to Bristol.
I want to go to the night race.
Me too.
But I'm going to have to get somebody to preach for me on Sunday.
Well, you got plenty.
Yeah, we can get somebody to preach. Yeah. We're going to Bristol. We're going to take ministry to Bristol.
That's right.
Yeah. See what? Any other ones?
I really don't like a race course. I guess Charlotte.
Yeah, I want to go to Charlotte too.
Yeah.
I want to go to Charlotte and go to the NASCAR Hall of Fame. I don't think I want to go to the NASCAR Hall of Fame on race weekend though. I think I want to wait.
Yeah, we'll do that like on a Monday.
Yeah.
That's 2 trips.
That's 2 trips. That sounds good.
Good to me.
I've been to Atlanta. Well, I won't sell out my mom and dad on that. I won't sell them out. I went to Atlanta. I've been to Talladega. I've been to Indianapolis.
Really?
I didn't go to Indianapolis for a race though. We went up there for a conference, and me and Sherelle did a hot lap around Brickyard. And I want to go to Daytona. I haven't been there yet, but I want to go visit there.
I want to go to
Charlotte.
Daytona too.
Yeah, and uniquely, the Fontana Raceway, right? Everybody who hates NASCAR is bored stiff. But watching this, man, the Fontana Raceway is on Kaiser Steel's factory property, Kaiser Steel in California. My great grandfather retired from Kaiser Steel. Yeah, so that
Historical trip to go to.
Yeah, see, I need to go see it.
That's right.
So we didn't go do all that. So
I came close to going to Fontana. When I was over the road, I was in Ontario, and they was racing in Fontana that weekend.
Were they?
Yes. And it was Thursday, and my dispatcher called. I ain't found you nothing yet. I said, oh, don't be in no hurry.
Yeah.
He said, why? I said, well, you know where they're racing at this weekend, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in California. I said, well, I'm out. He said, you in California too? Well, Friday, he found me some freight coming back home.
Golly, dispatcher. I can't say that too much because I know, right? Some of that. All right, so NASCAR, anything else you want to say about that?
I just miss it.
I do too. What do you think about the iRacing deal that's going on? Well, for those of you who don't know, NASCAR shut down all their races, right? So what they're doing is they're doing virtual races where some of their drivers and people from all over the world actually are competing in a game where they're actually driving and racing together. What do you think about that?
I think it's a trip. Hey, what's funny is to listen to them commentate like they're at a real race.
I know. Yeah.
That's funny.
We were watching it Sunday, and the pace truck just went through like 5 different cars, because it's a game, so it's just funny. Dad said, well, look at there.
I like it. They was commentating like, we got a real good fan base here today. Like, really? It's a video game.
It's packed. Yeah. Races hadn't been packed like that in years. You got an Alabama shirt on.
Yes.
So you're an Alabama fan.
Yes. Alabama.
Die hard.
Alabama.
Yeah, me too. Don't like them other schools. We better not go there.
No, we better not do that. We might lose some friends.
I get in trouble when I do that.
Okay, good.
I get in trouble.
We don't need to lose no friends.
No, I don't lose any friends. All right, Matthew, you got any more questions?
Yeah, Justine wants to know, why haven't you talked about your little man yet?
All right, I don't know about little man.
That's my grandson.
Oh, yes.
That's my grandson.
Okay, I know him.
I love that little joker to death.
Yeah.
Man.
What's his name?
Rawdon.
Okay.
And he is like oh my God, it's hard to explain. I just love that little joker to death.
That's awesome.
Man.
Now, I see a lot of times pictures on Facebook and stuff. He's in your lap.
Yep.
He's taking a nap with you. I mean, he's all over. What does he call you?
Pawpaw.
Pawpaw.
Yep.
Oh, you look like a pawpaw. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Tell me his name again.
Rawdon. See, I don't even call him by his name.
What do you call him?
I call him my little man.
Little man. Just call him little man.
Little
okay,
man.
I got it. Just little man.
Yep.
All right, that's awesome.
Yep.
How often is he with y'all?
Ooh, just about. When I left to come over here, she went over there to see him.
I see.
So I'd say every other day we go over there and see him.
That's great.
Yep.
Cool, cool. Well, this Conversations with Pastor, this is Shedrick Epps. If you're just joining us, this is one of our greatest friends and great guy. Glad you would church with us, man, just serving the Lord and working hard, doing a great job. If you have any other questions that you want to put in the comments, we'll put them on. We'll take a few more. Matthew, you got a question? Another question you want to ask?
Yes, along the same question of the along the same lines of the last question. What is you and Rawdon's favorite thing to do together?
We sit down, and I started him to do, like, like on the phone commercial. I go, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how he sound when he leave the house.
Really?
Bye-bye, yes.
That's cool. That is really great. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And he, when he was small, just old enough to, start doing stuff, I used to watch the Williams brothers. And when they always leave, they always say, peace out.
Yeah.
So it is so cool to see him try to do that.
Oh, yeah?
He like,
That's funny.
I started him off, we eat, like, the little squeezed cheese crackers.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, man, he loves them.
Does he?
Yes. He just sit there. I got him, he wanted now the way. He don't want the cracker. He just want me to put the squeezed cheese in his mouth.
Of course. Who doesn't?
We sit down and eat grapes. Just about anything.
That's cool. Has he been out on the truck with you yet?
No.
Okay. That's got to happen soon,
Oh, yes. I drove the White's truck home one day. I was going to work for him on a Saturday. And him and my wife went somewhere, and they came back, and I was bagging the truck in. And he just, like, jumped out of her arms and ran over there where I was, and he was like, whoa. Whoa.
The big red truck.
Big truck.
Yeah,
big truck. Yes, big truck.
How long have you been driving?
Oh, since 91.
Really?
Yes.
Did you start driving right out of school, or did you do something else before you started driving?
I did something else before I started driving.
What started your love of truck driving? Because this joker loves to drive a truck. Loves it.
I was a kid.
Really?
And that's all I wanted to do since I was a kid.
That's incredible.
Yep. I even went through high school, and we was taking chemistry and algebra and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, I don't need that stuff. I know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
So.
And the thing about that, especially these days, there's something to be said about having a job in the trades and doing something like we're doing, like you're doing, and all of the pomp and circumstance and stuff. Go to college, and I'm encouraging my children to go to college if they want to, but it's not important that you go to college these days. There's plenty of work and plenty of opportunity and a good living at it too.
Yes.
Make a good living at it, you know. I think it's just incredible. I think it's incredible.
I love it. I actually do love it. When I first started, everybody, wanted to know, and when I started, I was single.
Yeah.
So of course, I stayed out, a long time.
Yeah.
And the thing that made me come off the road was,
when you say, just for clarity, when you say off the road, you may not know what that speak means. I do.
Yeah.
Because I lived it too. But when Cedric says he come off the road, there's a difference between hauling overnight, like long hauling, like you're leaving Tuscaloosa and you're going to Oklahoma or California. It takes 2 or 3 days, 4 days, 5 days to get out there with that load and get back. And usually the dispatcher takes you out there and then brings you back home. And once you leave home, that's going over the road. You don't know how long you're going to be gone. I mean, you might be gone a week, 2 weeks at a time. And that's why you have these trucks with the sleepers on them, because those truck drivers live in those sleepers. You may not know that. So they live in those sleepers while they're going on the road, just over the road. And so when Shedrick says coming off the road, he doesn't mean quitting driving.
No, not quitting driving.
It just means coming
Just
local.
coming local.
Like right now, you drive a day cab,
Right.
a day cab truck, which means there's no sleeper. It's a shorter truck. And he's home every night. You're home every night, right? And then there's different types of trucks. But so you were talking about coming off the road, right?
Yeah. Well, me being single, it was just like, wow, I won't never do this. Yeah, I always do this.
Right.
But when you listen to guys who have kids, and it's Friday night, and their kids is either playing football or the kids are just, in sports, general, the band, anything.
Right.
And they can't make it because, the load ain't ready.
Yeah.
That was one thing I always promised myself.
Right.
Once I start having kids, That's it for me.
Right.
Because I don't want to miss nothing.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome. And you do a great job. You do a great job.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
So what are you hauling now? What are you driving now? I know, but I wanted you to tell everybody else. What are you driving now?
I drive a white Kenworth. Nice truck. And right now we're going to Malcolm, Alabama, and picking up scrap metal coming back to Newport Steel in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah. And the trailer is a dump trailer, right?
Yes.
Right. So literally it just dumps the load.
Just dumps the load.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yep.
So one more question from Pastor Matthew. You're doing a great job, man. This is fun.
Thanks.
Any other questions?
Yeah, staying with trucking, Glenn Hudson
Oh Lord.
wants to hear a truck driving story that features your old pal Witch Doctor.
Wait, okay, before we go into that, because that's a great question, Glenn, great question. So there's this thing in truck driving where we all have CB handles, right? And so we're talking to Shedrick tonight, but he's got another name, and his CB handle is what?
Poncho.
Poncho, all right? And Glenn Hudson, who just asked that question, his CB handle is Witch Doctor. And mine is Moon Pie. I don't think you got one, Matthew, do you? Matthew's dad was a truck driver.
He was Fireball.
Fireball. Matthew's dad was Fireball. So you don't call each other your regular name over the CB radio.
Right.
You call it by the CB handle, right? So it's Poncho, right? Which doctor's wanting to know a story about him, right?
Well, of course, I started how I met Glenn was through the white.
Yeah.
And
Stump jumper.
stump jumper. My bad. So I was working with the white, and I got a chance to start running with the guys, the Hudson boys. And when you guys like that grew up into it.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like an oddball because I didn't grow up in it.
Yeah.
But when I look at it like this, I had to prove myself to them guys.
Oh, sure.
And I like running with Glenn. Glenn, Witch Doctor.
Yeah.
He is the type of person to where, he's a hard runner himself.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
He's still out there running.
Yes.
He's
Yes.
over the road,
Yes.
man. He's going
Yes.
all the time.
Yes.
Man. Yeah, he's a real man.
Wisconsin bound. So we was hauling out of Warrior Roofing, and that's what they usually do, just run Warrior Roofing to Florida and come back. And I had a great time running with them guys.
Yeah, sure.
Great time. I always notice when Glenn get tired, he's tired.
He's gone.
He's
pushed himself all the way.
himself to the limit. Yep. Thing about it though is he'll talk all the way down there, but when he stopped talking,
Oh, it's time to pull over.
it's time to pull over and take a nap.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome. All right. We'll come back to you in just a moment with another question or two. This is fun. Thank you for doing
Oh,
this.
no problem. I feel better now.
Do you really?
Yeah.
It gets easier. Shedrick was nervous. He was so nervous. But you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. All right. So I ask everybody who comes have a conversation with me if you have any questions for me. And as I said, it's just open book. I have to answer what you want me to answer. So here's the time.
I got two.
Two. I'm nervous now. One's got to be good. One's got to be bad.
No, they both good.
Okay.
What's your favorite color?
My favorite color?
Yes.
You ain't gonna black.
Really? That's why we such good friends.
Yeah, I guess so. Y'all, I've always liked black. Now I don't want it on a car because I don't want to clean it. Right.
Right.
But I like black. I like gray. I like those colors. So I'm gonna want to be in black, or I want to be around black usually. Dark tones, those type of things. That's my favorite colors. Yeah.
What was your first car?
My first car?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good question. This is a good question. So, I grew up. I mean, we were pretty poor. We didn't. Mom and dad. Dad was a truck driver.
Right.
Dad was a mechanic. Mom stayed at home until we got to be teenagers. So, I mean, there were times those people who know us, it was one thing after the other. Matter of fact, we lived in a house. I'm going way too far back with this, but I'm getting to a point. We lived in a house that was a 2-bedroom shack, and me and Shara, my sister, we shared a bedroom up until we were like 14. And it was then that my dad had some things change, and we were able to do some things. So when I turned 16, we were still in that thing. So my mom and dad bought a 1989 S10 4-wheel drive. The engine was blown in it, right? So we rebuilt the motor. Me and my dad, we rebuilt the motor. We had it repainted, and just we had to work on it to get it going and get it running. So that's what it was. It was a 1989 Chevrolet S10, and we were in a hunting club with some folks, and they were all picking on me about it. Painted the engine pink.
What?
we had put it all together at my grandpa's house, and they pulled a prank on me and painted it, fluorescent pink, because I was in a school play, and they told me I was Tinkerbell in the school play. All right, so they painted it pink. So I have a special place in my heart for Tinkerbell.
So was it the type of pink where when you open the hood you had to put sunglasses on?
It was fluorescent pink. It was fluorescent pink. It was amazing, right? We repainted it, right? But one of my favorite stories about that first car was I took it to school and everything, and throttle body, we didn't get the throttle body right. So the gas and the air wouldn't mix right. And it was just and I'd have to turn it over until it would prime, and then boom, there was no muffler on it and no bumper. Had a rebuilt engine and a good paint job.
That's all right. You was cool though. You was cool.
And we used to pack that thing. It was a 5-speed. Was it 5-speed? Yeah, it was a 5-speed. Well, it was 4 with an overdrive. I think that's what it was. Maybe I had 6. I know my 96 S10. I sold that one to Jonathan Hudson. I'm gonna tell on him. That joker, when I sold it to Jonathan Hudson, was pristine. You know how I keep my stuff now?
Yeah.
He hubbed it out. We ain't gonna talk about that too much, though. You ask him about that.
I will.
In 1989.
Tomorrow.
89 S10, that's what it was. Okay. What was yours?
Well, me and my brother, we like a year apart, and our first car was a 1980 Buick Regal.
Really?
Yes.
80.
Yep.
What color was it?
White.
White?
Yep.
Grandma had a Buick Regal. I don't remember what year it was, but it was like a maroon color. You remember those?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Those things had big old, they're pretty decent motors in them. Some people were hopping them up.
Well, we had the little 6 of them.
Oh, you did have 6 on there? Okay. All right, cool. Any other questions for me? Those were easy. I expect you to put me on the spot with something.
What made you get in the trucking business?
Oh my gosh. Golly. I don't know. Insanity. So we've always wanted to have family businesses, with Dad and Mom and me and Sherelle and Cher and Brad. And, Dad's always been in businesses around and did different things, and it's always been a dream of ours. So when the opportunity came, it was actually because I was pastoring here. They were building the new Holt High School, and they were bringing dump trucks in here with rock and just grade work and everything. And I called up Dad one day and I said, I think there's some room in that for us. And so yeah, we prayed about it and thought the Lord would bless it, and yeah, we just went off and did it. And so it was just to do that, to have something family business, extra income, and something we could work in together, and it's been a blessing.
Do you regret it?
No. Now there are days when I'm thinking, we're all working in it together,
right?
Because I'm full time here and everything, as pastor of the church, it takes all of us kind of working. Y'all carry the load, we carry the load, everybody carries the load. There are days when I think, oh man, but here's the blessing. The guys that we work with, you and Jay and all of the guys that we work with every day, and all the camaraderie and stuff, I love being a friend and a pastor who's in the business, because I think it's just a really cool opportunity to do life and ministry and love and work together. Who doesn't want to have a good work environment?
That's true.
A peaceful work environment.
That's true.
And for us all to be able to just have fun and do it together, it's such a blessing. I think the Lord's He's been faithful and He's been good to us. Guys like you, man, make it. All the guys, man, we got a good team.
Yeah, we do.
We got a good team.
Yeah,
I love everybody. All right, Matthew, you got any more? Any more before we go?
Yeah, I got one final one, but Cedric, before we go to the final question, I think we found Pastor Shaun's new CB handle,
Uh-oh.
Tinkerbell.
Yes, yes. Listen, Ashley and Bradley Taylor, if you're watching, tell Bradley that I'm going to be Tink, because she was Tink. She was Tinkerbell in the Peter Pan play at the school, so I always called her Tink. I think I should be Tink. Yeah, I like that.
Man Tink.
Man Tink. Tink Moon Pie.
Yeah.
The final question, though, comes from your sister-in-law, Shaun.
Oh.
She asked Cedric, what do you like best about Summer Church?
What I like best about Summer Church is the environment.
Okay.
And, you know, you can, when you go somewhere, you can feel the love at a place. This is it. You can feel the love.
Yeah.
And great people.
Yeah.
Great, wonderful people.
Yeah, I think it's yes, yes, and it's you guys. It's all of us together that do it. Yeah, we got a good thing, man. God's blessed us.
Yes.
God's blessed us. We got a good church, and it's pretty fun.
Oh, yeah. I had a good time.
Yeah.
I had a good time.
All right, so I asked Matthew this, and I asked Sherelle this. You know it's coming. All right, for $1 million. For $1 million, would you stop truck driving?
Oh, man. See, that's wrong.
Would you turn it off for the last time? For $1 million, would you shut it down?
Wrong. Can I? Do I have the opportunity to say yes and then change everything like name and all that and just do it all over again? Yeah.
You know, that's because that shows you love it. You know?
I do, man. I actually.
All right, what's the number then? If $1 million will keep you, what's the number? What's the number if I were to stroke a check right now? If I were to say here at Shedrick, blank check, what number would get you out of a truck and never go back in it?
Wow. You know, I really don't know. I'm dead serious. I really don't know.
That's how much he loves it.
I'm dead serious. I really don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Okay, let me ask you this then. What, for $1 million, would Dana want you to get out of a truck?
For $2, Dana, let me get out of the truck.
$2?
$2.
So she'd do it for $5. She'd do it for a hamburger.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this.
Oh, man, I had a great time.
Thank you for doing
great
this.
Time.
Thank you. So this is Conversations with Pastor. This is Shedrick. That's what I call him. Cedric Epps, or Poncho, sits on the second row behind me and Sherelle. His beautiful bride is there with him, and I'm so glad you're part of the church. Man.
I'm so glad to be a part of
We
the church.
love you. We love you. I think you represent, by introducing yourself to the church people and people who are watching, I think you represent a lot of the great people in our church. And I wanted everybody to know you and get an opportunity to know you a little deeper and better. And
We gotta do this again.
I'm really proud. I'd like to. I'd like to. I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud. Now, Shedrick's got to get up at what time?
2 o'clock.
Shedrick's got to get up at 2 o'clock because he's got to get in that truck and he's going to go drive. So y'all pray for him. I mean, I'm really going to send him home. He's got to go home right now and get in the bed because he's got to get up and get going. But I love you. Thank you very
man.
much.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I had a good time. Thank you. Conversations with the Pastor. We'll see you next time. We love you. God bless. Have a good night.